everybody for coming.
It was a long trip
All the
from that
work.
conference room.
Pardon?
It was a long trip from that conference
Yeah, I
room.
walked in there going, wait a minute.
Holy cow,
That's
that's.
what I remember. What's going on?
I had to go all the way across the park.
Yeah.
A little bit farther for me.
You guys were in the little room, like, we didn't know there was a little room.
We'll wait for
Okay.
Katie. She'll tell us.
Okay, we're good.
We're good?
Awesome.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
call to order the March 4th EDC meeting. Let's go look at the first resolution. The only resolution. Katie?
Okay, this resolution is in regards to providing a sub-grant to the Wayne County Regional Land Bank through our Brownfield Revolving Loan Fund program. As you are aware, with this program, we can provide loans, discount loans, and sub-grants. And this portion of it would go towards the program income that we have for this specific project. I will let Kaylee explain the project that we have here, and then I'll talk about the loan review committee meeting that we had yesterday.
Sure, thank you. And thank you everyone for convening so quickly today to assist us as well. 24 Church Street is the building that we are proposing for remediation under the revolving loan fund sub-grant allowance. It's located directly across the park from here, next to the historic county courthouse building. Kind of considered a a historic anchor building within the Lyons Historic District business district downtown area. We acquired the property in January of 2024. We purchased the property basically to prevent it from deteriorating to a condition beyond repair, as it was headed that way. It's sat vacant for over 30 years now, and the prior owner actually purchased it from the county originally several years ago, probably close to 10 years ago now at this point, with the intent that he was supposed to renovate the building back to code compliant, useful building, and he did not. So the land bank had an opportunity to intervene, and so we did. And the intent is to stabilize the building, abate the building, which the abatement remediation component is what we're requesting assistance with the funds for today. We also are in design for renovation of the building as well. So because we work primarily within grants, we do have to kind of layer funding and phase our project approaches to be able to fully fund the work that's necessary. So we're working with Lero Group right now on building design for the renovations, which also includes the design for abatement. We did a regulating building material survey there, which identified asbestos-containing materials. In the roof, there's 3 layers of asbestos actually within the roofing material, also within several of the windows, and then some refractory cement surrounding some piping throughout the building. So it does include replacement of the roof and some of these windows as part of the abatement measures as well. And then so after it's abated, it's actually required to be abated before we can even begin any renovation activities per the grants that we're using specifically. So once we have that kind of clean bill from the abatement actions, we can actually start the renovations. Like I said, we're in design right now, so we'll be going out to bid for everything very soon. And this funding will be critical to allowing us to expand the scope of what our other designated funds can actually go directly toward the renovation activities by using this fund to offset the abatement costs. So we can cover more of our renovation and get the project a little bit further along in that phase by utilizing these funds. As far as anticipated use for the building, we're considering all options at this point. The land bank is actually interested in some office space, occupying some office space there. Certainly, we've let the county know if there's any opportunity to partner on space as the county's reviewing.
We're full.
We always need space, yeah.
As you're reviewing and reorganizing possibly and looking at space needs, we'd certainly love to partner and have conversations about that. Because we're at the stage we're at right now, we can do build to suit for office space. It will remain commercial fully, so office, retail, commercial. There will be no housing as part of this project. We think that that's just still the best suited uses for it to remain commercial there. And we would love, a commercial retail business on the first floor if we can identify one. And then also, opportunity to build to suit for that if we can identify a business to occupy that space. If not, certainly, office space, first floor as well, if needed. Project timeline, again, depending on how much funding we can source. We do have Land Bank Initiative funding, our state funding that, we have secured, toward this project. So we do have, secured funding currently and also a pending application where I've, requested funds as well. So, pending application is kind of contingent on, what the state's budget process right now, within the Land Bank Initiative funding. They have certain funds allocated from prior budget years that they're distributing among pending applications. We do expect to get that application approved. It's just kind of a timing thing at this point. So we have secured funding toward the renovation now, and I also have additional funding applied for. The hope would be to have a fully functional building, sometime probably late 2027, mid to late 2027, to have that space available.
What's the total project? Is it the 311,
So the 311 is for the abatement.
just the abatement only?
Portion, yeah. The remaining, cost for renovation is coming in right around an additional 700,000, so about $1 million in total. For that's full, to have a turnkey, ready to use, fully, outfitted building is coming in around $1 million. We hope that's a little bit, high, as they normally do for estimation purposes, but once we go to bid for these phases, we'll know exact amounts and then, get a better timeline too, because again, it's just dependent on that final funding component.
And what have you secured so far?
Right now, I have 250,000 for the renovations. And that's not including this, 200,000 that I'm requesting today. So that if awarded this amount, we have 250,000 allocated and encumbered
450.
from our land bank, for the first phase of renovation. Again, hopefully that number increases as I hear about my next, award, but.
Yeah, so that's how, so you've got, if we do it today, you've got 450,
Yes,
and then the rest of it will come in with grants that you're gonna continue to.
yep,
Okay,
yes,
That's the hope.
yes,
that's
correct,
hope, right?
yep.
This also facilitated the whole loan process too, right, for the county? The RLF? Does this help the county too, with that application for more funds?
Well, we worked with the county on, and maybe Katie can explain the supplemental process.
Yeah, so at our last meeting, we approved to apply for the supplemental
Mhm.
funding. For that, you need to show that you have committed, not necessarily executed, but committed over 50% of your RLF funds, which then means you can apply up to 400,000. We have done that with the first two applications that we did during the fall. If you do some program income, which is that revolved piece back, you can also apply for an additional 400,000 to have a total of 800,000. So this funding would come from program income. We do have the funds in-house from that, because we've revolved some of it back already. And that would contribute to that second piece, so again, so we can apply up to 800,000.
And this is also part of the greater, downtown Lions revitalization effort. We had actually originally planned to include this abatement work, when we were doing the Canal Street demolitions as well. But because of State Historic Preservation Office potential delays, because they have to review, everything associated with this building that we're going to do since it's registered historic, we didn't want to delay the demolitions, by, that consultation going on for a long period of time. So
Mhm.
we pulled it out to kind of consider it a separate, different phase, so that
They're
the
so
demolitions.
slow, yeah.
Oh yeah, so prior consultations with the state, office, you put in the requested documentation and you don't hear for a minimum of 4 weeks. And then you get in their queue basically, and they give you a date when they have to get back to you by, or they should, and they wait until that last date, and it's 4 weeks, just about every time you put in a new communication with them. So, which we went through on the Canal Street project, which is why anticipating that with this, and she's gonna be, I say she's the person that we consult with at the state. She loves this building. She loves the historic gas station building as well. I actually jumped on a call with her when we were embarking on this whole project, just to kind of show her on a Google Maps like street view tour virtually. I showed her all the buildings downtown on Canal Street, brought her up around by the Omen Theater down William Street, showed her this building, and she's kind of locked into that building. And she's just thrilled that we're actually restoring it and saving it. We tried to show her we're not just all demolitions. You know, we do try to restore them and save them when we can, but just by the nature of what we do and the types of properties we get, it's not always possible. So it's exciting to be able to save this building, to put money into it, and to see it return back to productive use with, you know, people bustling in there again. Yeah. So.
And I think this is actually a good application to include in our supplement, to show we're doing not just demolition, but also renovation as well as the existing building.
Did you want to talk about that?
Yes, so we had a loan review committee meeting yesterday. Everyone was available and in attendance. With their recommendations, they did recommend to approve the subgrant for $198,000 for 24 Church Street, with the following recommendations: to have a collateral mortgage for 24 Church Street, use an actual expense of disbursement approach. That's typically the approach that the EPA approves with this type of funding. And get EPA approval for the site, which we actually did receive yesterday, so that we did receive that yesterday afternoon. So we have site approval from EPA. Yeah, so that's great.
Yep.
And then any additional recommendations as suggested by our attorney. So those were the recommendations from our loan review committee. Any questions about that part of it?
Any questions about the resolution? Are we ready to move on the resolution?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very
Get
much.
working.
That's it?
Yes, that's right. We're
Thanks,
ready.
Ken.
We're ready.
Yes, thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
Sorry
This
for
is
the
all we have.
5 minute
Sorry,
meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned.
Thanks for coming and
Yeah,
doing
thank you.
this.